Simon of the Jonathan Lemon brand. I'm here because you already know, man. We got to talk about it, man. WrestleMania Night 2. We are a little over 2 hours away from it now. So let's all get ready because y'all already know it's going to go down. So we on here real fast. We're gonna talk about it. See what everybody got to say. Cause you know this is a show for the fans. I know the fans are pumped up for it. I wanna know, what's going on, Justin? I wanna know, Just Brandon, what's going on? We are here to talk about it, man. I know y'all hyped up for it. Let's talk about it. What are you all most excited to see from tonight for WrestleMania? Also, what match from last night did you think was the best? We can go through last night's event as well, but now I just want to talk about night two. We pumped forward. Looks like we're gonna be okay with the weather. That's what it seems like. I know the weather is bad, but look, at the end of the day, they have done a lot of manias. KO versus Sami, without a doubt. It's just one of those things where, from following those two for years and knowing that the friendship that they have, and for those two being best friends, are finally able to go have a match at WrestleMania. I know they done a tag team match before, but for them to go one on one against each other, I know those two have to be just out of their minds happy right now. So that's a great one. The Fiend Bray Wyatt versus Randy Orton versus WWE WrestleMania Night 2. That's a good one. That's interesting to see what's gonna happen with that, because when you break it down, you would think that this match is going to be some kind of crazy thing they're going to do, but it looks like they're going to have a straight up one-on-one wrestling match, which is kind of like cool. I don't think we was expecting that, but I think those two can have a really good match. Yeah, KO versus Sam. I think they're going to do good. We're going to, yeah. Oh, without a doubt, Drew versus Bobby. I know some people were thought it wasn't that great of a match. I'm like, y'all are out your mind. That was a great match those two guys put on last night. I was like, y'all did y'all thing with that one. And it surprised a lot of people, because a lot of people thought that Bobby was going to lose, because how the built up to it was, you kind of felt like they were setting up for Drew to have that big moment. And for them to go the way that they did with Bobby, oh, I'm so happy about that. I want Bobby to be the champion for a very long time. Triple threat: Daniel Bryan versus Roman Reigns versus Edge. Definitely, that's going to be a great one as well. As everyone continues to come in here, I just want everybody to know to keep putting them in the chat, man. Which one? Your favorite matchup? As we just gonna be on here catching a vibe, chilling until it's mania time, man. Let's see, I'm looking it up here. Obviously, no, but they don't put the match order, but I'm just gonna go from this. Asuka versus Rhea Ripley, singles match for the Raw Women's Championship. My favorite wrestler right now, honestly, that's a tough one for me, man. Cause I have so many that I actually like. Huge fan of Sasha. Huge fan of Lashley. AJ. Actually, those probably would be my top three right now. I'm just also a big fan of Billy Kay. I just think she's absolutely killing it. I hate that they broke up the Iconics as well. Um, 12 and 13. Okay, that's definitely not a. What's going on, Ian? Hope everything is going good. Let's see here. We got Asuka versus Rhea Ripley. This is an interesting matchup when you really break it down. Because I know a lot of people are taking an angle that Rhea needs to win this because of what happened last year. The fact that she defended the NXT title against, no doubt, I think that she defended the title against Charlotte Flair last year and she lost, which a lot of people thought she should have won that match. So for them to have a chance to do it again with her, a lot of people are like she can't lose this match. I totally disagree. I think she can completely lose this match and still be okay. But I actually think it should be her time. Asuka has had this belt for such a long time, ever since the night after with Money in the Bank when they cashed when she was able to basically give her the title from Becky Lynch for being pregnant. My prediction is going to be this. I think Asuka versus Rhea Ripley. I think Rhea Ripley wins, and I think we get the return of Becky Lynch. I think it just sets itself up too well for this. I'm gonna go with Rhea, but I also think we're gonna see that return and then set up for the next match down the road. But I think as far as the match itself goes, I think those two are gonna go out there, put on a great match. Hopefully, a really good physical match. Cause I think that's what those two. Check that real fast. That's what those two styles together really warrant a real drag out back and forth great match. And I think it's gonna be great, guys. I'm excited to see that. I think they're gonna. I know people are gonna probably try to compare them to Bianca and Sasha from last night. Yes, isn't yeah. They did the same thing last year and this year as well. 2 nights for Wrestlemania. I don't think they gonna make it to that Bianca Sasha level tonight. I think they can get it really, really close. So I'm going with Rhea. Next match they have on here is going to be The Fiend with Alexa Bliss. Yeah, if Rhea wins and Becky returns, then well plus Rhea and Becky. Yeah, I think it just. I think that's the natural progression. I think that's the setup. The Fiend. So I'm excited to see what happens with that. Next matchup, we're going to talk about The Fiend. Oh, did they announce that? So I have to check. But I'm just going through it. But that's a I don't know if I like that as an opener. They announced it on the bump. Okay. I try to watch the bump sometimes. I like Braxton, but I can't listen to but only so much of her. And the other guys they have are kind of like, yeah, whatever. They have really good guests on, though. I will give them that. And they do break a lot of news, as they just broke that. Yeah. So it's cool to have that first, that would have had that first match because you get the hot crowd. I think clearly the Fiend has to win this match. I am not sold on how good this match may be, though. And it's nothing against Randy, and it's nothing against Bray. We've seen this match over and over again. I think the fact that it's opening the show actually helps them because you're gonna get a hot crowd, like you all said. Yeah, the rumors, we'll see what happens with that. Man, I think the Fiend's gonna get it. I think it's gonna be interesting. Man, I'm like I said, them having that crowd is gonna help them. Especially Randy, who said that he really misses the crowd. So I think you're gonna get a rejuvenized Orton. I think those two are gonna come out there. With it being the first match, give you tip of the cap to Randy for wanting to be in front of the fans. I think they'll put on a really good match, man. I'm excited to see what they're gonna do. Cause it's interesting. Cause I actually thought they were gonna kick it off with Owens and Zayn. I actually thought that style would have been a good opening match. So for them not to have Logan Paul, so I'm kind of that's an interesting one for them. Next match I got listed here. We have a Nigerian drum fight for the Intercontinental Championship. We got Big E versus Apollo Crews, man. And you know what? I'm a huge fan of Big E. Huge fan of the New Day. But you know what, man? For them to book this match like this, Apollo has to get over. You can't change this much from. You can't change Apollo as much as they did. Make him the heel, do the heel turn, then have him continue lose, lose, lose. No matter what, when he's in the ring, he always putting them L's up. You cannot have him lose, lose, lose like this. And for someone that you actually want to push, I think they want to push him. Apollo has done good. I think Apollo wins the Intercontinental Championship for Big E at WrestleMania. I also don't think this is going to be the end of that feud. I know a lot of people saying that, you know, potentially have Big E lose so he can contend against Roman. I don't think Big E is quite ready for that yet. I think if you just do that, you just set him up for failure. I think you just have those two go back and forth for the IC title for a little bit. But it's curious to see what a Nigerian drum fight will actually be. Hopefully WWE don't do anything racist because I'm wondering on the high with WWE right now. Cause they did good by Lashley and Bianca and Sasha. So I don't want on night two to be like, man, what y'all just do to Big E? Like, so I don't want to feel that way. Also, they did good by Owens as well. Granted, Owens had, you know, AJ and Woods and Kingston that kind of helped him throughout that match. A match I talked about earlier, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn with Logan Paul involved. I think those two are gonna just tear it up. You know, everybody's heard the rumors all time and time again that KO wants to jump off the WrestleMania sign and all that. I'm not sure if they're gonna let him do that. They could. I think those two are gonna have a great spot. Obviously, they have the chemistry. They've fought each other so many times. I think those guys are gonna go and put out a great show as they realize their boyhood dream of fighting each other. Maybe their teenage dream. Who knows? Then you got Logan Paul there. I think we all kind of see. I think a lot of us thought we were gonna see, you know, a Logan Paul turn on the Sami Zayn. Then people like, nah, maybe he won't. Maybe KO just stun him anyway. I think both things gonna happen. I think Logan Paul is gonna turn on Sami Zayn and then get rewarded with a Stone Cold Stunner from Kevin Owens. Let's book it. And the match that we need to, in the next match, this may be the bathroom break match, unfortunately, for the United States Championship. Matt Riddle versus Sheamus. Sheamus has been killing it. Matt Riddle is legit. I think those two can have a tough, you know, grinded matchup if they let them do it. But I'm not looking forward to this match that much. Hopefully Sheamus gets it. Sheamus, older guy, great shape, been killing it with the stuff with Drew and everything. Let him be the U.S. champion. Let him get that run, man. We got for the tag team championships for the women. Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler defended against Natalya and Tamina, who won the tag team turmoil match last night. I think this is set up easily for Natalya and Tamina victory. as those two become tag champions. I think it'd be a really good thing. So I'll be excited to see that. So that'll be fun. Then the next would be that main event: Roman Reigns, Edge, and Daniel Bryan. The match that nobody really knows. This is worthy of the main event because this match could go so many different ways. What I think they're gonna have a great match. Who do y'all think gonna win? Cause to me this is tricky because storyline wise, I would love to see Roman keep the title and keep going with it. 'Cause I think he's absolutely killing it right now. Edge, I mean, the story writes itself. The fact that it's actually 10 years to the day we had to relinquish the title, great comeback story. Daniel Bryan's always going to have a good story. So, any way they go with this match, it's going to end up being good. So, they're in a great situation. Still was a little weird how Daniel Bryan was able to put himself in this match, but he's in it, man. Oh, he is in it. And I don't got to go with Roman, man. I think Roman's going to keep it. I think they're going to keep going on this Roman train and see what happens. All right, guys, that was my WrestleMania predictions for night two. Go through them real fast. This the winners. I got, well, since they opening the show, I'm gonna go with the Fiend. Then I'm going with Rio Ripley. Going with Apollo Crews. I'm gonna go with Kevin Owens. I'm gonna go with Sheamus. I'm gonna go with Natalia and Tamina. And the only champion that's gonna retain his championship tonight, Roman Reigns. Gotta say though, they we're gonna go through night one real fast. Gotta give it up to WWE, man. They did a really good job last night. The circumstances back night one, come back in front of fans, then boom, we get a delay. What's going on, everybody in the chat? Hopefully y'all still doing good, having a good time. We are what, less than 2 hours away now from the start of Mania, man. It's almost time. We're gonna talk about last night's how they kicked it off last night for the WWE Championship. Bobby Lashley with MVP defeated Drew McIntyre. Them guys put on a show. That was the absolute best match those two guys could have had, and they had it. Big ups to Lashley, big ups to McIntyre. I want to see them again on the next pay per view. Let them get one more match. Doesn't really make sense storyline wise. Let them get one more match though. Let them go at it. They just did a great job. It's just right now. It's just Lashley time. He's doing his thing. What I want them to continue to do is keep building up Lashley. Keep building him up. Keep building him up until we hear and see the return of Brock. Because Lashley versus Brock at SummerSlam is just a take all my money match. Just take my money, man. That's the type of matchup that is. That's something that you don't see as much in wrestling anymore because everybody has wrestled everybody. And the fact that those two guys have never wrestled each other, what? I think those two guys could legit have a better style match that Kane and Brock had. I think those two guys could have that type of match, but have it much better. I'm just so excited to see what happens with those two when that match eventually happens. And for Drew, keep going, man. people like you. Just keep doing your thing. We got to see now the tag team turmoil match was Botchamania had a good time last night, man, in that match. Whew. I mean, poor Mandy came out to the ring, and it was slippery because even AJ was slipping some. AJ almost fell, actually a couple times in that match. But Mandy just boom, Mandy fell, and she just. The funniest thing about it when Mandy fell is that how Dana Brooke was far ahead. Dana Brooke still doing her thing, and not realizing none of this has happened. Dana Brooke just walking the whole time. Mandy Rose is in the back like, oh, my neck, my back, my neck and my back the whole time, and she doesn't know anything about it. That was kind of funny to me. And then Dana Brooke was like, look, Mandy, you can't outdo my botch. And I don't know what made her think that was a good idea to wear this, because clearly she shouldn't wear it. She had a wardrobe malfunction. Nip, slip was what we were seeing. We didn't see it long, and WWE with the black real fast. They cut it, and I know this was not an issue. It is an issue, but a huge issue that happened based on the fact that you can't rewind on Peacock. So everybody was like, God, dog, we gotta rewind. We gotta see what happened. We missed it. Like, you perverts, you missed it. You missed it. But actually doing the match, man, Natalia and Tamina got the job done. Big ups to them. They're gonna go against, you know, Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler tonight for the women's tag team titles. See what happens. I think we're gonna see a new champions happen. So I'm excited for that. But also last night we had Cesaro and Seth Rollins go at it. I think those two had a great match. Cesaro had that man spinning, 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 and spinning, 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 spinning all around. He was spinning. So that was cool. Cesaro got his moment, because that's the one thing you like. Cesaro been in WWE what 10 years now? It don't seem like, but man, it's been a minute. And like he never had, even when he won the Andre the Giant Battle Royal, it's like he never had the moment that we thought he should have had. But last night he was able to get that moment. He can have that moment for life, for life. So he had that moment. I was excited to see him get that moment. And like with everything else happens with WWE with Cesaro, do we think they really gonna do something with him now? Hope so. Hope they do. I wouldn't bet on it, but we hope they do something with Cesaro now, following his great victory tonight. Now the match that I was excited to see. I was so excited to see AJ Styles, man, and almost everybody was big, almost out there like boom, boom, boom. I'm almost going against New Day. Cool, New Day had Big E calling them, bringing them out, so that was cool. And I think what they did in that match, that was great. Kofi and Xavier did some good old tag team wrestling. They cut the ring off so that so AJ did most of the work. Then when it was time for Almost to go in and do this thing, and made it feel even bigger, and he did his thing. He dominated. Big ups for AJ doing the flying elbow off of Almost. That was cool. Almost looked good. He was a big man. Man, D-Pack is in the building. Says hi. Hello. How's it going? Matter of fact, everybody who's in here right now, I want to say hello to everyone right now. We're here just talking about Mania, man. We're just getting ready for night two. I'm going through stuff from last night. Oh, no doubt about it, man. Em, thanks for stopping by. It's been thanks for stopping by, man. It's been cool. I decided to hop up on here. Had a little bit of time before Mania started. and watch the show, do some reactions. I may come back on here after. We'll see. Because it's been going good so far. But have a great night, man. Got me wanting some lamb now. Nah, you the man. Y'all keep at it, man. Y'all get your wife on camera. I'm I know she's gonna get there one day. Y'all can have a big thing. Y'all can also once you get stop being camera shy, y'all start blogging this random stuff. Y'all will blow up. Speaking of somebody who did not blow up, almost did his thing, man. You gotta say big ups to him, man. Did his thing. He pinned them guys, and almost as AJ Styles are the new tag team champions on the Raw brand. They did their thing, man. AJ is now a Grand Slam champion. Mr. TNA himself, AJ Styles, is a Grand Slam champion in the WWE. Come on, man. We're just talking. Great for him. Now we got Braun Strowman versus Shane McMahon in a match that I did not think would be good. I had no, I just didn't think it was going to be good. They actually surprised me. I think those two winning that match did good. Big ups to them, man. They put on a show. I'm not gonna say too much about it. You know, they had their moments. Braun did something that don't really see too often. Braun was like, he, broke the ring, was able to grab Shane and drop and slam it back in the ring. Great. And it was a great match, great steel cage match. It turned out to be. Now the next match. Now this is where I have the question. Bad Bunny and Damian Priest beat The Miz and John Morrison. Here's the thing. And Bad Bunny did it. Are we happy or sad that Bad Bunny was able to pick up the wrestling like he did? Because I think it's two thoughts about it. Like him training for that short period of time, he was able to pick up all the wrestling moves like that fast. Maybe doesn't look the best for professional wrestling, but I thought he did good. That Canadian Destroyer put some respect on Petey Williams' name, WWE, because everybody wanted to steal the move, and boy, I need to put some respect on that man's name. But overall, they did good. But the big ups to Miz and Morrison. Them guys went out there, made Priest and Bunny look amazing. Cause I was like, I don't know how this gonna go. Them guys, pro, true, pro, pros. They went out there, was not selfish at all. They was like, we'll bump for you over and over again. And I think that what made the last two matches so special because nobody was selfish. You see the same thing in the main event, Bianca Belair and Sasha Banks, that Sasha really wanted to help make Bianca, and they did that in that match. Sasha, whew, but that dive, and then for Bianca to catch her and then bring her up to the ring, like to have that faith in your opponent that they able to be able to do that and pull that off. Big ups to them, man. They put on a great show. Overall, it was a really good show last night. I would give it a B. The day later, I would definitely give it a B. But yeah, man, that was WrestleMania Night 1. We are, you know, less than 2 hours away on WrestleMania Night 2. We already, I've been throwing a question out there. What match are y'all most excited for tonight? Favorite match from last night? And if you haven't already, make sure you hit that thumbs like. Make sure you hit that thumbs up button for your boy. Make sure that you like, comment, subscribe to the channel. I would appreciate it. It says it starts in 3 minutes. I don't think so. I think it should start my time, which is I'm in the what Central Time Zone, which would be 7 o'clock my time. Last night to me, the best was Bad Bunny match, and today I don't know, maybe the Fiend. Yeah, Bad Bunny. He definitely the expectations I think everybody had for him was low, and he by far exceeded those expectations. I would say this: people are calling him the greatest. It depends on what your definition is. People like he's the greatest entertainer to have a match in WWE. Like if you want to say somebody from another sport, another world, because the debate is what match was better, Bad Bunny or Pat McAfee. Because to me, who did everything better, I would still give it to Pat McAfee. What was my favorite match from yesterday and today? My favorite match was without a doubt the main event of Bianca Belair and Sasha Banks. That was my favorite match. And if I were to say tonight what match I think is going to put on the show is going to be the best, you know, I really think the main event tonight, man, Roman Reigns, Edge, and Daniel Bryan. Those three guys I don't think will have a bad match. I think they're going to have plenty of time to put on a great show. And I think they will, man. And it's one of those matches where you're like, I don't know who's going to win this. Because they could go in all three directions and it would be like, yeah, that's good. So there's no wrong answer to who wins this match tonight, which is always a good feeling to have. And you're like, who? And like, who knows? But I think it's going to be, I think it's going to be a good time. Hate this from the coming. I hope they give the Fiend more time in the match because they make him have a match for only like a couple minutes most of the time. Yeah, I think him and it's gonna be definitely more than a couple minutes. Then they'll have probably give him what if you look back at the times for the matches um, yesterday, opening match of Lashley and McIntyre went 18 minutes. I don't think they'll go 18 with the Fiend and Orton. I can see them going, giving them a good 10 to 12 minutes. So I think that'll be a good amount of time for them to tell that story. And I think that they will. But I just want to say, everybody who's watching right now, I appreciate it so much. That's what I do, man. We just come on here, talk wrestling, catch a vibe. Gonna have us a good old time tonight. I will be doing reactions. I may not do every match like I did last night because my connection may not be the greatest, but I will at least do a couple. If you don't know about me, I'm Jonathan Lime. I make at least one video a day, and I've been doing that for almost 200 days now. Just hit 2,000 subscribers on the channel. I appreciate that, you guys. It means a lot as we try to continue to grow and build a brand. The only downside I see about the Wrestlemania is that tomorrow night we got sport, we got fans in the building 2 nights in a row. Then tomorrow night we back to the Thunderdome. It's kind of like, come on, man, what you doing to us, WWE? And I get why you can't. Um, see what we got. All right, but we just on here. We're on here to talk about now. Like I said, what's your favorite? I'm just curious in general. What's your favorite? Who's y'all favorite wrestler right now in general? Who's the person that when y'all see is on, you have to non-stop watch? What's going on, Pro? I'm not even going. butcher your name. Yeah, it goes up and down sometimes, man. That's the I think it will be. I think it's gonna be good. Yeah, that would happen sometimes when you're small, especially WrestleMania, man. I'm a small YouTuber, man. So there's a lot of options out there. People go to who they want to go to, but we still gonna be on here having a good time. I'm gonna come up at the comedy. We gonna have us a good time up in here. We gonna have a good time up in here. Shout outs to the rest in peace to the late great DMX. Much better for me tonight. Tonight I'm actually able to enjoy it more. Cause last night I was actually at work. I'm watching it at. But to tell you think Roman Reigns gonna win the triple threat? Cool. Tell y'all something about last night, man. Just tell you the dedication to the game. I'm at work for one thing. I have my cell phone that I'm using right now that I'm streaming this with. I have that. I'm actually watching WrestleMania on my phone, and then once it started, I got busy at work, but I'm still going back and forth. Then, when something happened, when the match was over, I had to immediately take the phone, go make a reaction, boom, post it. But I was putting in some work while I was at work yesterday, man. That was that was tough. Then my owners came in right before the start of the main event. I was like, come on. All the time for y'all to come in here, y'all come during the main event. So now I can't watch the main event like I should. But it worked out. They do all the pre-package packages. So I was able so by the time they was got there, it was the start of it. By the time they left, the Bianca had just started to come out. So it was good timing. So we got to go. So that was some dedication to the game, man. Go be going on. I'll be going on for a few more minutes here. But yeah, we're just here, man, getting ready for Mania, man. It's gonna be a great show. I really want to know what you all are looking forward to the most tonight. The new people that have come here. I know a lot of people have come in, been telling me what they expect for tonight. We've had people excited for the Fiend and Randy Orton think that they gonna be a great match, and I agree. So I think a lot of people think the Fiend and Randy Orton could be potentially the match of the night, and they're kicking off the pay per view. And let's kick it off the pay per view, so that's gonna be cool. We'll see what happens. Then remember, man. Appreciate it, man. Thanks for coming in. We just in here, just catching the vibe, having a good time, getting ready for night two of WrestleMania. I'm actually at home for a wrestling event, so that, that's something that doesn't happen as often as I would like because I don't have any money, so I have to go to work. Because y'all know most Monday nights, do I think someone will debut or Becky will return? I actually talked about that earlier when I was going through my review. I think Becky Lynch comes back tonight. I know that she was teasing last night, but last night that didn't really make much sense. Definitely see her returning tonight. And it makes sense, man. Have her come back, her going for the title that she never lost. Now, I have an unpopular opinion about Becky Lynch that you have to put Becky in the top four for WWE just because she is so popular. But I am probably not as high on her post title win as I was pre title win. Because to me, right now, I'm just gonna go through them. We can disagree with this, but it's cool. See what y'all think. To me, the best that WWE has to offer from the women division. To me, I'm going with Sasha. To me, Sasha's still number one. I would give Charlotte her due. I put her number two. To me, number three, I would still put Bayley. Number four, I would put Becky at four, even though I would rather put her at five and have Bianca at five. I would have Asuka at six. And we have those first six. That would be my top six for WWE. Now, like 7, 8 would probably be Nia and Shayna. I would put Naomi at 9. Impact, um, Impact comes on Tuesday. Impact comes on Thursday nights now. I think last week was their first night with it, but Impact comes on Thursday nights. NXT comes on Tuesday nights. So, and Tuesday, I'm not sure because I actually probably be getting a haircut Tuesday, so I don't know how my time will be nighttime with that, but we'll see. I don't know if I do a live or more likely I do some kind of. I will do some reaction to NXT being on Thursday. I mean NXT being on Tuesday and Impact being on Thursday. But you gotta look at it, man. And it's not stopping. You gotta think about it. This ain't stopping. We had wrestling every night this week. Think about it. Monday night Raw, Tuesday night Hall of Fame, Wednesday night NXT and AEW, Thursday night NXT, Friday SmackDown, Saturday WrestleMania, Sunday WrestleMania, and it ain't even stopping because guess what? Monday night we got Raw again. Tuesday we got NXT. Wednesday we got AEW. Thursday Impact. Friday SmackDown. Saturday low key we even got Ring of Honor on Saturday. I think next Sunday is gonna be our first break for Raw. Comic books, I do not. See with my phone. All right, guys. I think I may be ending it soon because is my phone is tripping right now. My phone Apparently, it's about to go dead. This has been a great stream, going on for like 45 minutes. It's been great. Be on the lookout for my reactions tonight for a few of the matches. It's gonna be a great time. And yeah, man, just continue. Thank you all for the support. We are under 90 minutes away now to the start of Mania and all the pre-shows and everything. Let's go, man. I'll have a good WrestleMania day. Night 2.